steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
Well, then who removed them?
'Twas my mother, in fact.
All right, well, take us there.
There is a sensible request. I like you.
I'd be careful. First it's, I like you, but then zap. Frog time.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you. Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Dabbit. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Does your elven mind give you a different viewpoint? What do you believe?
Well, I'm not sure what I believe.
A statement that possesses more wisdom than it implies. Be always aware. Or is it oblivious? I can never remember. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe. Do I? Why, it seems I do.
So this is a dreaded Witch of the Wilds.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. Oh, how she dances under the moon.
They did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them.
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this blight's threat is greater than they realize.
Oh, well. Yes, I'm curious. What do you mean it's greater than they realize?
Either the threat is more, or they realize less. Or perhaps the threat is nothing. Or perhaps they realize nothing. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
All right. So that's sort of the opening scene. Now there's a few things we must do now before we forget. We won't have an opportunity later, as I know from past experience.
The Mabari's stable for now, but not improving. Unless I get that herb I told you about, there's not much hope. Let me see. Yeah, that's exactly it. Wonderful. Give me a moment and I'll make this into an ointment. He looks better already. I'm sure he'd thank you himself if he could.
Well, how long before he improves?
A day, maybe 2. There's enough ointment for him to make a full recovery. Why not come back after the battle? Perhaps we can see about imprinting him on you.
You think that's possible?
Maybe. It's likely he understands you're responsible for curing him. Mabari are at least as smart as your average tax collector. Come back after the battle and just... or take another look.
Alright. Well, let's pick up another low-cost backpack.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? Let me know what you'd like.
Well, let me know what you have. So those are the 2 cheapest backpacks in the game. All the others are like 4 gold, 7 gold, that sort of thing. They're very pricey. But as I said, since my add-on, my camp now has a chest. So, well, it actually, if you count the females, there's lots of chests in camp. But it has a chest you can put stuff in. So the need for extra backpacks becomes less. Let's go ahead and just junk some of this stuff. I'm going to switch to that. I like the enchanted dagger. That's Jory's or somebody's old thing. I don't use hammers. Dark spawn. I'll hold on to those. We can throw them in the chest. And that's a dark spawn. They're not bad, those dark spawn weapons, but they usually have a negative attribute as well, and I just don't bother. Studded leather boots. Do we have any studded leather armor yet? No. Let's get rid of this splint mail. It tends to match the chain mail. Yeah, and let's get rid of... No, let's not get rid of all that. We don't desperately need the room, so I'm going to hold on to some of this stuff. Enchanter's footings. We get an enchanter quite soon. And she's not wearing any boots, so we'll hold on to those. Let's get rid of those. Get rid of those. Grey iron, yeah. Okay. Like I said, we don't need the room desperately, so we'll hold on to that. I'll throw that in somebody's inventory. In a few minutes we're going to get a bunch of new stuff in our inventory as well. Yeah, that'll do. I'm doing more managing than I really need to. I think that does it. Let's head over to Duncan.
So you return from the wilds. Have you been successful?
We could do a lot of talking here, but I think I'm going to be right down to business. Still seeing this as a test, inevitable test, so let's just get to it. Cut the chatter.
Good. I've had the Circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
I'm ready.
Excellent. You will need that courage to face what comes next.
Courage? How much danger are we in?
I will not lie. We Grey Wardens pay a heavy price to become what we are. Fate may decree that you pay your price now, rather than later.
Okay, well, I've come this far. I want to see it through.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Then let us begin. Alistair, take them to the old temple.
The more I hear about this joining, the less I like it.
Are you blubbering again?
Why all these damn tests? Have I not earned my place?
Maybe it's tradition. Maybe they're just trying to annoy you.
Are all humans such cowards?
I only know that my wife is in Highover with a child on the way. If they had warned me, it just doesn't seem fair.
Would you have come if they'd warned you? Maybe that's why they don't. The Wardens do what they must, right?
Including sacrificing us?
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew it would end the Blight.
Oh well. Yeah, you make a good point, I suppose.
You saw those Darkspawns tonight. Wouldn't you die to protect your pretty wife from them?
I am...
Maybe you'll die. Maybe we'll all die. If nobody stops the Darkspawn, we'll die for sure.
I've just never faced a foe I could not engage with my blade.
At last we come to the joining. The Grey Wardens were founded during the First Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation. So it was that the first Grey Wardens drank of Darkspawn blood and mastered their taint.
We're going to drink the blood of those creatures.
As the first Grey Wardens did before us, as we did before you. This is the source of our power and our victory.
Those who survive the joining become immune to the taint. We can sense it in the Darkspawn and use it to slay the Archdemon.
Those who survive?
Not all who drink the blood will survive, and those who do are forever changed. This is why the joining is a secret. It is the price we pay. We speak only a few words prior to the joining, but these words have been said since the first. Alistair, if you would.
Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten, and that one day we shall join you.
Davith, step forward.
That is one big cup.
Maker's breath.
I am sorry, Davith. Step forward, Jory.
But I have a wife, a child.
There is
Had
no
I known...
turning back.
No, you ask too much. There is no glory in this.
I am sorry. But the joining is not yet complete. You are called upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good. From this moment forth, you are a Grey Warden. It is finished. Welcome.
2 more deaths. In my joining, only one of us died, but it was horrible. I'm glad at least one of you made it through.
How do you feel?
Yeah, that part has always bothered me. I mean, killing Jory seemed to serve no purpose. Actually, it seemed to have a negative effect. I suppose plot-wise they're trying to say they must keep the secret. But he hadn't drank the blood, so it's not like he's going to be tainted and turn into a darkspawn or something, so they had to kill him. He just didn't want to do it. And he was a good fighter. It would seem that killing somebody that could be applied as just a regular soldier, even if they're not darkspawn material, doesn't seem like it's wise to kill them in a tough time like this. So that always kind of bothered me. But anyway, onward. Yeah. I still can't believe you killed Sir Jory. Let's see if he can explain it.
Jory was warned that there was no turning back, as were you all. When he went for his blade, however, he left me no choice. It brought me no pleasure to end his life. The Blight demands sacrifices from us all. Thankfully, you stand here as proof they are not all made in vain.
Did you have dreams? I had terrible dreams after my joining.
Such dreams come when you begin to sense the Darkspawn, as we all do. That and many other things can be explained in the months to come.
Before I forget, there is one last part to your joining. We take some of that blood and put it in a pendant. Something to remind us of those who didn't make it this far.
Take some time. When you're ready, I'd like you to accompany me to a meeting with the king.
I'm gonna have to watch the video. They're saying Han Solo shot first here. I'm quite sure that he drew his sword and Rory only drew his almost in self-defense. Perhaps I'm remembering it wrong. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. But I still don't buy it. Still seems like a useful waste of a decent soldier. I guess they could argue that if word got out, they would get no Grey Wardens at all, because the word would spread pretty fast, and they need the secrecy to have any chance of recruiting anybody, I suppose. But all right, well, very well.
The meeting is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
Okay, so we've got some daggers, so first things first, before I forget, let's switch over to some decent daggers. We've got an enchanted dagger, and the rest are just iron daggers. This is all stuff from Jory and the other guy, Davith. We got all of their equipment. And really, we're just going to sell it all. Yeah, I'm still wearing a helm, that's good. I don't think this is any better. I've got some spirit resistance. Yeah, let's throw a little in Constitution. We'll probably give Alistair some cold resistance for nothing better to do. We're a little low on potions. Hopefully we'll find some. And I see we got a level up. So again, some dexterity, some cunning. And we have 2 points now for talents. It's going to be level 9 before I can use a lot of these, level 8 or 9. So I think they're going to go right here. Let's just check. Dual striking and dual weapon sweep. This is a sustained mode that isn't bad, but the negative effects, my favorite is momentum. I love this mode. This one seems to have too many negatives. If you look, it sounds good. You're using both weapons simultaneously, but it prevents you from getting critical hits. And as a rogue, critical hits pretty much define a rogue, so if for no other reason than role-playing, I'm going to avoid this until later. Some of these others are very good, so I'll eventually take this just so they can get these, but for now, we're going to skip this one. This is nice, at least until you get, I think it's this. No, there's cunning, so that's when you can replace your strength modifier with your cunning modifier, so gonna get that very soon. One of these lets you backstab, yeah, there we go. Anytime a target is stunned, you can backstab. So that becomes more useful than this, but we're just going to go ahead and just grab both of these, because we'll definitely be taking these. Okay, so let's see if that changes our tactics. I did see some flaws in tactics. Actually, what I'll do is I will change the tactics off screen. This is a good time to sort of take a break anyway. I don't know if the videos will actually cut, that this will be the end of a particular video, but I'm going to say I thank you for watching, and I thank you for listening. I encourage you to leave comments, suggestions, or infantile abuse. I promise I read it all. And if you like my videos, don't forget to give me the thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. And we'll either see you in the next video or after a small break. What I'm going to be doing is saving the game, and just off the video, I'm going to be setting up my tactics, and I'll show you what I ended up with. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.